Victor Teo, he is a political scientist associated with the Cold War Project at the University of Cambridge, and he joins us live from Seoul in South Korea. Victor, Hong Kong police have just released a statement saying that the action against Stand News won't hurt press freedoms. Do you think the civil rights community in Hong Kong believe them?
Well, I certainly don't think that the civil rights community believes them. I think it's a well-known fact that after the passage of the national security law, the Chinese government is actively curbing press freedom in the western sense of the word in Hong Kong. But what makes this episode more chilling is that despite assurances that despite assurances that the national security law would not be retrospective, I think the Hong Kong government is certainly curbing down on the reporters that have been at the forefront of the democracy movement. So what has previously been considered an act of press freedom or free speech is now being treated as a potential criminal issue. So at the moment, it will appear the authorities are relying on several pieces of legislation that have been in effect in Hong Kong prior to the passage of the national security law. And like rightly what the reporter has just said, the authorities are relying on sedition legislation in this instance. And I also believe that they're also looking at the case with money laundering laws because of the kind of donations that are involved during the time that Stand News was in operation. So.
What happens from here now, though, Victor? I mean, what's your expectation of the future of press freedoms in Hong Kong?
Well, I would say that there is a good side and a bad side of this. Now, obviously, we will not have the kind of freewheeling media that we're used to in Hong Kong. We won't have smaller players. We won't have individual, grassroots reporters running around with a webcam and a Facebook page proclaiming to be a reporter anymore, because right now the media industry is being scrutinized upon heavily and by the government, and it's being licensed. Having said that, I think the Hong Kong people are very resilient. The Hong Kong media is at the same time have many talented people, so they will become more aware of the political environment that they are operating in and be more aware of the geopolitical ramifications of reporting. They would need to ensure that they become more sophisticated in the way they do news reporting and write news to make sure that they stay on the correct side of the law and in order not to get prosecuted by the government. Having said that, I think there is still a fair amount of work for the Hong Kong media industry to do. So I don't think anyone should just give up just yet.
That's good advice. Victor Teo joining us from Seoul in South Korea.